Greetings, Earthlings, and welcome back to my channel. I would love to say that I'm getting better every day with these videos, but as it turns out, I'm really not. So here's my project that I was under the impression I was videotaping or videoing. No tape involved. But then when I went to tell you that, okay, it looks like the problem's up on the roof and not in the gearbox in my fantastic fan, or not so fantastic fan right now, is when I discovered that I had neglected to push the record button once again. So that's going to make the video much shorter. So at any rate, I've taken all of this apart. I've checked the gearbox. The gearbox seems to be functioning as it's supposed to. The problem appears to be up on the roof. So now we're back to the point where I tell you, so stick with me. I'm going to take you up on the roof. We'll see what we can figure out up there. Be right back. Okay, as you might be able to tell by the by the framed picture, we're now on the roof, and here's the vent in question. Lifts up pretty easily, and right away I see that the gearbox up here, it appears to be broken. Let me get up over here where I can get a better look at it. But I see, I don't know if you're in frame or not, but this area right here, yeah, I'm quite sure that that piece is not supposed to come off in my hand like that. So we don't know what happened there, but I know it's not cool. So it does look like that will come off with, I don't know, a couple screws maybe. But at any rate, I don't have a gearbox to put back on it right now, so I don't think. Let me see if I can get up just a little bit higher on this thing. This one has a different cover than the one in the front. So yeah, I don't know. I may have to take the screws out of the lid, fold the lid back so I can get to the mechanical workings there. And then I will be able to take the screws out, raise that gearbox up, or I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it is a gearbox because it would have to turn this thing. So, yeah. All right, but let me do like every good shade tree mechanic does, and take a picture of this bad boy, cause I'm not sure that if I give them a model or serial number or whatever, I don't know how that will work. But as it turns out, we are only here until Monday, so I know that I will not get one sent to us prior to that. I wonder if I should put that piece back in place, and I'll just take a picture of that too. All right, so nothing is simple. It seems like everything you run into, it's always something that you can't run down to a hardware store and pick up a part. You know, fortunately, my next project is a dripping toilet in the half bath. So I think all I'm going to need for that is some Teflon tape, and my next door neighbor was nice enough to give me a small roll of that. So I think that will clear up my little drip that I got in there, and hopefully we'll get a break from repairs for a little while and have a little time to jump on the e-bike and ride around the park a little bit or something. But at any rate, that'll pretty much do it for this repair. And I don't know, the half bath thing is pretty tight in there, so I don't know if you'll be able to join me in there on that one. Besides, you know, a little privacy in the bathroom, please. All right. But you guys, I appreciate y'all coming and watching the failed attempt at fixing my fan. I'll try to finish this one up once I get the part in, and we can put it on and get everything operating back to the way it was and get all that moisture out of my bathroom again. So we'll probably be finishing this video up in I think it's called the Oaks in South Carolina, over near Charleston area, about halfway between Charleston and Savannah. So that's our next stop, and we'll be there for 3 weeks. So I hope we'll be able to get get the parts for this maybe sent to us in that time frame. So if so, we'll get back with you and get this video put together. If not, we'll figure out something. So remember, well, let's see, I'm not even going to say that yet because I plan on putting the rest of that behind the video. So just stand by for the remainder of the video, and we'll get that done as soon as possible. Okay, welcome back. It's only been a couple seconds for you, like they say. It's actually been about 4 days for me, so had to wait for the part to come in from E-Trailer. Part did arrive yesterday, so the weather is not really the best for this type of job, but we're going to try it anyway. So I'm going to sit you down here where you can get a good view of what's going on. First thing to remember before we even get to this point up on the roof, if you have, this is a MaxAir fan. I'm thinking the procedure is probably very similar with the Fantastic fan, but with the MaxAir fan, I guess with both of them, make sure the first thing you do before you replace this mechanism is pull off the manual door opening knob on the inside of the RV. So the gearbox will not come out the top if that handle is still connected at the bottom. So when we get to that point, you'll kind of see what I'm talking about. But I'm gonna sit you down here and hopefully be able to get a good, I guess you can probably see that. Okay, and most of what I'm going to need for this particular task appears to be just a Phillips screwdriver, and it looks like yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have to take these two screws out on the left first to allow the left-hand side. Hopefully I can get this in there to do that. Let's take this little extension out for right now. Go back with just a bit. Get me a little bit shorter. I'm trying to do it without having to take the screws out of the top of the door, but I don't think it's going to make it like that, but it might. Yeah, that looked promising. Okay. Well, that little retainer right there, I'll just flip that over to the side. That should allow me to pull this out and get that up and out of the way. All righty. Okay. This is the part we're going to be most concerned with. That's the part that we're going to be replacing. The replacement part, before I get too far into this thing. It looks like the whole side of that thing blew out. This is the new part, and it appears to be correct. It has an extender that will go on this bottom piece in the event that it's not long enough. If there's one on it now, I'll put that back on once we get this piece out. There's the part number for this particular fan. Now, this is going to be specific to the fan that you have, so when you call to get the part, be sure you give them the information off of your fan, and they can get you the right one. Hopefully they got me the right one. We'll see in just a few minutes, I guess. This looks... Hi.
You okay there?
Yeah, I'm okay there.
You see me?
I see you. And yeah. My bride is concerned about the old man being on the ladder. Guess it doesn't count that I spent most of my life on a ladder. Okay, then this should lift straight up, and it does, and the extender is on there. The rest of these pieces, man, this thing has completely disintegrated. It's just, I couldn't have done better with a high-powered rifle on that thing. I mean, there's all kind of little pieces in here. We'll make sure we get all of those out. Don't want no trouble. My goodness. All right. We're going to put the extension piece back on there. And it just kind of slides on, I believe. And it does. And then we're going to put this piece in the correct orientation. Put our screws and washers back in place. Okay. Now, on this side there's a bushing. On that side there is not. So I'm going to see if we can position this in there correctly, hopefully. Okay. And of course, it's going to be a knothead, but I know that it's going to line up somewhere in this area. It seems that all right, it just slid in right there, but unfortunately I'm going to now have to go down and put the handle back on and crank it up so I can put the screws and everything back in. So let's take you with me. And I guess I should let my wife know I'm very comfortable on a ladder, but this particular ladder, it's one of those expandable ladders. And I don't know who made this thing, Wilt Chamberlain maybe, but the rungs are about, I don't know, 17, 18 inches apart. So it's a little bit of a challenge. My thigh comes all the way up parallel to the ground before my opposing foot hits the next rung down. So that's quite a step for a 63-year-old man. So forgive me for not having myself in frame here, but priorities. As much as I love you YouTube watchers, I don't think y'all get much out of future videos if I'm all broke up. Yeah. I don't know who made this daggone ladder, but once you look at the length of this is a Milwaukee cordless angle screwdriver, and it don't even come close. It's still 4 inches from the daggone step. So let me get my screw down here. We'll put that right there for the meantime. I'm just going to leave that right there because it's got to come off again in order to put the wires together. So one more rung. Oh my goodness. Okay. Now we got to put this piece back over that. There we go. Oop, doggone. Sorry for that big old thump. The microphone fell down from up there. Let gravity help us out for a change instead of messing with us. All right. So this is, maybe I shouldn't say that, but I don't want to jinx myself, but it's a pretty simple job to fix these things, it would appear. So proof will remain. Once we, uh-oh. How come y'all didn't tell me I was putting away the bit I was going to need? Man. Okay, let's put that back in there. All right. Okay, light back on. Let's see if we can make a slight adjustment here without getting this. There's going to be some backlight no matter what, but you might be able to see what's going on there. I don't know. But let's see. Oh, first things first. Can't put the handle back on before we hook the wires back up. So we got to take this guy out. And if you remember back earlier in the video, this is where gravity starts working against me. Bound to drop at least one. I see a lot of other people's videos telling you, good things to have, but I'm gonna tell you what, if you don't have one of these, get you one. Angled, or it's a 90-degree cordless drill. This one happens to be a Milwaukee. Man, you talk about handy. This thing, I use this probably more than I use the steering wheel. Let me see if I can get you framed up again. Well, that ought to do it. Okay, let's put that down for now. See if I can find my wires that I got disconnected. And there they are. And they go right over to here. Can't tell if that's all the way in there or not, but it seems to be. But it didn't feel like it. Okay. Well, uh-oh, wire's popping out on me there. That ain't supposed to happen. Okay. Since so many things are prone to go wrong with these things, I'm going to just put a couple screws in there for right now, and then I'm going to give it a little test run. Getting ready for the first test run, and we'll push the remote and see what happens. So let's get you a good view there. Oh, that's a beautiful thing. And that's what it's supposed to do. All right. And then in the opposite, it should do the opposite. All right. There you go. Hopefully you got a little something out of this video. Hopefully if you're going to try to repair your MaxAir fan, this will help you along the way. It's ideally, if you follow the instructions and don't take those screws that are the closest ones to you when you take the motor out, only take the ones that are closest to the ceiling. There's only 3 of them. Just take those out. The gearbox will stay together, the motor and gearbox combination. So that'll stay together and shouldn't have any trouble. It's pretty straightforward. Just make sure you clear out all metal debris from the old one that it's broken, or if yours just happened to skip the gears on the inside of it, all of it will be contained within the casting. But yeah, make sure you get all that stuff out. Make sure you get the little guides put back in that they send you. If you want to make sure that if your old one has that little spacer in it, that you put the spacer back in. Some of them have a little bit longer shaft, and you probably won't need the spacer. But other than that, that's going to take care of how to repair the Max Fan gearbox. So if you like the video, hit the like and subscribe button. I'll put it up here, but you probably won't be able to hit that one fast enough. So go down to the one under YouTube, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell notification so you can be notified when I do another video. They're coming fast and furious now. And remember, when camping, take only photos and leave only footprints. Travel safe. We'll see you next time.